This story was improvised from clips that I gathered during my brief stay in Georgia. You'll be hearing voices from old and young Georgians, as well as my impressions from experiences both on and off camera. This is part of a series in which I interview strangers and create a snapshot from their facets of experience. This is a series dedicated to strangers.
Welcome.
If you don't know where Georgia is, it's not the state. It's a small country sandwiched between Asia, Europe, and the Middle East. I came to Georgia with my family after spending 2 weeks in Portugal with a decrepit moped and hiking 130 kilometers in 7 days from Porto to the border of Spain. So when I arrived in Georgia, my SD cards were full, I was tired, and my family was making all the plans. Because of that, and because of family, turns out they actually want to spend time with you, which is a ridiculous concept, but I didn't really focus so much on filming while I was in Georgia. But my goal was still clear: talk to strangers. I quickly discovered two things. Number one, few people speak English.
Do you speak English? No, okay. Do you speak English?
So,
Okay.
you
Film you. Like, I ask a question and you answer, and I film.
no problem.
No problem. Okay.
America.
Yeah.
Oh, Raftika.
But why?
Bravo, može bravo.
Why?
Where are the weekend?
Job, yes.
Mhm.
America. Money.
America very good country. America.
Is it good because of the money or because people?
People, money, people.
Okay.
People, yes.
America, I love you.
My mother half Russian.
Ah, okay.
So long time we lived 20 years Georgian and Russian people. We are near to America than with Russia now at this time.
Okay. Do you expect that to change?
I don't expect it to change. This is good. I like it.
America, ყველამ და დაინახოს. ხარი? I love you, მეშენ მიყვარხარ America.
But the winner maybe America, then Russia. Maybe America is very strong than Russian. Because Georgia is a very small country and it depends on who is strong, America or Russia.
Right.
We are in the middle.
Right.
America on the right and Russia to the left.
In reality, America is 8,976 kilometers away. Russia is only 154 kilometers away, in the annexed region of South Ossetia. God, I hope I said that right. South Ossetia. That's the result of the most recent Russo-Georgian war in 2008. And the tension is still palpable. Few people were willing to talk about Russia. I did manage to get a man in uniform in his late 40s to speak to me about the Russian situation off camera.
I have two friends which was in army. Here in Georgian army, and they have to go after this in Europe or US.
I want to ask, you're in some sort of unit, right, then? Or is this something you can talk about?
No, I can't.
Okay. I found out later that his uniform was probably from the park security guards, but he mentioned being in the militia to me, so I'm not entirely sure. Then there was the exception to both rules, the post-Soviet generation.
I can kind of confirm that because everybody older than my age here, they speak Russian, and once they get younger than my age, they don't speak Russian.
Is there like a huge disconnect then between older Georgians and young?
Oh my god. This question is crazy because it's like I can say it's like she's right, earth and sky.
Really?
They because I will tell you, my parents, my grandparents, they have grown up in I don't know in English, USSR.
Soviet Union.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like, you know, it was like everything, you couldn't do anything. You had to go in government and talk some shit, and they didn't know anything about the world. They couldn't even leave the place. So they were restricted. But our generation, no, we can do everything, we have other thoughts, so we are much different. Me and my dad, it's like another planet.
Globalism isn't new or shocking, but it was especially clear in Georgia when that shift occurred from Russian influence to Western because of the language they spoke. Everybody under 20 spoke English almost fluently. In Tbilisi, it was undoubtedly because of the school system, but in the countryside, the same phenomenon occurred.
But yeah, with like the languages here in Georgia transitioned from Russian to English, and I guess one of the reasons why people like to speak English more is because it's kind of like the pop culture right now.
I would agree. My impression was that even though some people would deny it,
You don't think the US influences your life here that
No.
much at all?
No.
the main reason Georgians felt closer to America than Russia was because of the way they consumed their media. Most people said that they used their phone to hear the news, and an increase in Western media and culture would explain why internet pop icons like Little Peep, whose death in 2017 pushed him into the ranks of internet royalty, would appear in Tbilisi shops that follow goth culture but don't speak English. Why kids play Fortnite, and why they speak English so well. Because they learn and practice online.
Goodbye.